Alright, use the equation y squared equals 2x plus 8y minus x squared minus 17 to answer the questions. What is this equation in standard form, and does the given equation represent a circle, point, or an empty set? Select one answer choice for question A and select one answer choice for question B. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is I would combine everything on one side and have it equal to 0. So I would do that by subtracting this y squared from both sides. So y squared minus y squared gives us this 0. And then we have 2x plus 2x, and then plus 8y, and then we have minus x squared, and then we have our minus y squared. I'm just going to put it in, minus y squared. I didn't realize my caps was on, and then we have minus 17. Okay. So now I would just reorder this. Notice that these are negative x squared and negative y squared, so the very first thing I would do is to multiply both sides by -1 to make those positive. So we would actually end up with -1 times 0 is 0, -1 times 2x is negative 2x, -1 times 8y is a negative 8y, -1 times a negative x squared is a positive x squared, -1 times a negative y squared is a positive y squared, and a -1 times a negative 17 is a positive 17. So let's reorder this. So we have our x's together and our y's together. The next thing I was going to do is if we subtract 17 from both sides, this reduces down to 0, and this leaves us with a negative 17. And so that's what we will do. And then to complete the square, we're going to add our b halves, so -2 halves squared. And so -2 divided by 2 is -1. -1 squared is positive 1. And again, remember we balance that by adding it to both sides. And then we have the, for the y, we have -8 halves being squared. And so -8 divided by 2 is -4. -4 being squared is 16. And again, we add that to both sides. So then for this half, we would have -17 plus 1 is -16. -16 plus 16 is 0 is equal to, well, our factor for this in factored form would be x minus, we had -2 divided by 2 is a -1, so that's where that -1 comes from. It's being squared, plus factored form for this is y. -8 divided by 2 is a -4, that being squared. So that's our equation. So we have x minus 1 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 0. And if you want more information on how we factored x squared minus 2x plus 1, type in factoring quadratics into Google or into Khan Academy, and more videos will come up on that. So anyways, go back to our workbook. So we are equal to 0. So then, in this case, the equation represents a point because it is equal to 0. Now that's how you'd answer this question.